We've picked up a couple of more nickel boxes for my nickel hunt and album fill series. This is going to be episode 47, and I've got boxes 76 and 77 to hunt. Hey everyone, it's Rob Finds Treasure and welcome back to my channel. As I stated in the intro, we're doing another 2-box, 100 roll nickel hunt today. Now, obviously, if you've missed the first 46 episodes, I always have a link to the nickel hunt and album fill playlist, both down below in the video description as well as pinned up here. That way you could check out the series and get caught up before seeing the progress on the album. Now, obviously, if you are already caught up, you'll know we're sitting on just one more nickel needed to complete the album. The 1950D key date nickel. Toughest one to find? I've only found a few in all of my hunts. That being said, we still have a nickel hunt to do, and even if we don't find the 50D, we'll be looking for upgrades, silver, buffaloes, varieties, foreigns, proofs, you name it. That being said as well, no reason to sit here and lollygag. We're going to get right into the hunt. Now that we're caught up, we see what we need. I've got a couple of boxes. I've already checked them based on the holes in the bottom of these 2 boxes to ensure that we had circulated nickels, and we do, which is a good thing because last video I had half a box that was all uncirculated nickels. Let me go and grab this first box forward and grab the top, pop it open, and pray we got something cool on the top side. Well, we got something right here. That could be a war nickel ender. It does look suspicious. I don't know if we're gonna be able to see it until I get to it, but let me take a second and take a look at it and I'll bring you right back in. All right, sorry for that. I had to peel away the paper and that's a 1944. So that is indeed a silver war nickel ender. And I took a peek at this dirty one and that's a 1946. So maybe the back half of the box is gonna be hot. Who knows? Maybe the whole box is hot. That's a pretty good start. So I'm gonna go ahead and push this back and we're gonna get right on with the hunt. We already know we have one nickel confirmed that is silver. Can't get mad at that at all. Let me go ahead and start cracking rolls. And as always, I'll bring you in on my first good find. Well, we're on roll number 2 and I have a couple of 41s here. I can see one right here in front, 1941 Philadelphia. And by the edge, I see another 1941. And this one is, I think, Denver. It is. 2 1941s in roll number 2. Well, we're on roll number 7, and we found a pretty nice 1962, some steps, but not full steps, definitely almost uncirculated. We got a 54D in those 241s, and I did find an 09D, which I haven't been finding lately. But I bring you in because, judging by that edge, I think we have a silver. And if that's a silver, we're guaranteed to have 2 because that's a silver ender. If we have 2 silvers this early on, it could be a great box. And that's looking silver to me. And that's a 1945 Philadelphia. We have silver in the box, 7th roll, and we know we have another silver coming up. Could be a great box. Roll number 11, another 40s find, a 1946 Philadelphia. And I'm just gonna check it for that notch in the R, and then I'll weigh it up to see if it's a Henning nickel. I'll bring it back if it is, but either way, a 1946 nickel found. Roll number 23, yet another 1946 nickel, another Philadelphia. We'll just take a quick peek. Don't see anything surprising, but I'll take it. Roll number 24, and I think we're gonna have our second war nickel, plus the one that we already know is an ender, if that is indeed one. And it looks to be it. 1943 San Francisco. Can't get mad at that. 2 silver war nickels, plus an ender coming up. Let's find more. Roll 26, and we're gonna have our first foreign find. Looks like it's gonna be a Canadian nickel. And it is 1994. Roll 27. We have our oldest nickel of the hunt, and that's going to be a 1939. Will it have a mint mark? And it doesn't, but we'll still check it for the DDR, see if we can get fortunate enough to find it. And I don't see any doubling, just some damage. And yes, Philadelphia. We'll take it though. Oldest nickel, second year Jefferson nickel of the box. Roll 32. Looks like it's the box of 41s, 46s, 46 Philadelphia, and maybe war nickels. Roll number 38 is going to be that war nickel ender, so hopefully it has some friends with it, but it'll be our third one of the box, and we know it's a 44. Let's see what the mint is. That war nickel ender, 1944, Philadelphia. So we've got a 43, 44, and 45. 3 silver nickels. Roll number 41, and we're going to have the oldest Jefferson of the box, and it's a first-year Jefferson, 1938. If it has a mint mark, it's a key date. And it does. I think it's a 1938 Denver, and it is. 1938 Denver, key date Jefferson nickel. It's not in the best shape, but it's not in bad shape either. Hopefully it upgrades the album. That's a beauty. We'll take it. 2 older Jefferson nickels, 3 silver. Is there more? Roll 46 had that 1946 ender. We've already got the roll open, and it is the 46. And I think there's no mint mark, but let's just double check. Yeah, just some damage over there. Looks like the coin's been caught in a fire or something. But either way, another 1946 in the box. Roll number 50, and we have something other than a war nickel or a 46. We've got a 1948 Denver in decent shape. Box 76 has been hunted, and even though it was a little light on the fines, it had quality fines. We had 4 in the 50s only, kind of surprising. We had 10 in the 40s, but 3 of them are war nickels. We had 2 in the 30s, a 38D key date and a 39P, 109, 1 Canadian, and ironically, we had 3 nice coins from the 60s, a 61, a 62, and a 63. Looks like they were taken right out of an album. Now that we've got one box done with some goodies, I'm hoping the sister box is just as productive. Let me clear that box away, slide this over, and let's do another live opening and see if we get another ender in box 2. All right, box number 2. See if we get any more goodies in this one like the last one. Well, we're not going to have a silver ender, and there does appear to be a lot more newer nickels, not uncirculated new, but just newer reverses. So we'll have to see if this box is hot, cold, or similar to the last one. Let me push it back, and we'll begin the hunt. Roll 3 of box 2, and we're picking up where we left off because here's another 1946 Philadelphia. Roll number 4. A 1941 with some damage. Saw it by the edge, thought it might be a war nickel, but knew it wasn't just by the absolute color. Let me go and take a look for that mint mark, and yeah, it might have one, but it doesn't matter. We don't need a 41, and it's not a key date no matter what the mint mark is, but it's our third 41 of the hunt. Roll number 16, yet another 1946, also from Philly. Roll number 35, finally found another 40s nickel, and it's a 1941 Philadelphia. Roll number 41 of box 2 is going to yield another 1940s Jefferson nickel, and it's a 1940 on the nose, and I think that's an S. It is an S. 1940S, found in the box. Roll number 43, another 1948 Jefferson nickel. This one from Denver. Roll number 48, we're running out of rolls, but not fines, because we just grabbed a 1947 San Francisco. We'll take that. Love seeing San Francisco mints. Well, that's going to conclude the 2-box hunt, and I will tell you the second box, although it wasn't as hot as the first box, it seems like it was the sister box, just no war nickels in there. And between the 2 boxes, I was expecting to find a buffalo, which we didn't based on the finds. But we did have 8 in the 50s, and we had 17 in the 40s, including 3 silver war nickels from box 1. We also had 2 from the 30s, both from box 1 again, one being a key date 38D. We got that Canadian nickel and the 09D, and on top of that, we did add another nice 60s nickel, and it stayed in order 60, 61, 62, and 63. So can't get mad at that. We might have some upgrades between all the finds. I'll have to figure that out, but as you know, no 50D was found yet again, so the hunt continues for that one. Let me comb through the finds, I'll bring you back in and let you know if we added any as far as upgrades to the album. Well, we have combed through the finds and we actually were able to upgrade 3 nickels. I went ahead and upgraded that 62 Philadelphia, obviously a stunner. The one we had was pretty nice too, but it definitely beats it out in luster. I also was able to upgrade that 38D. You'll recall that the 38D we had in the album was really dark. It's not a bad strike and it has pretty good detail, but just doesn't look that great in the album, and the one we replaced it with does. And then finally, we also upgraded the 43S. It's pretty slick, but at least it looks nice. The 43S we had in there is pretty dark and also slick, so I wanted to go ahead and upgrade it as well. 3 upgrades, obviously no additions, but you can't get mad at getting 3 more nicer nickels in the 77th box of the hunt, and 3 more silver war nickels to add to the 2021 silver jar, plus a 38D key date that we had found. That 38D only has 5.4 million minted, so finding one in a box means there's still a chance to find another key date in circulation. Hopefully you guys are still enjoying this nickel hunt and album fill series after 77 boxes hunted, and hopefully we can find that 50D before 100 boxes hunted. If you are, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting and thanks for watching. Another satisfying hunt for the 2021 silver jar.